A 22-year-old man is dead after his pickup truck was hit by an oncoming vehicle 2 kilometers north of Lloydminster on Highway 17. Emergency crews were called out to the crash just before midnight last night and say the other vehicle was heading northbound when the driver crossed into the oncoming lane, hitting the southbound pickup truck. Ambulance crews say the male driving the truck was pronounced dead on scene, but his passenger was transported to the Lloydminster Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the northbound vehicle was also taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and is now facing charges. RCMP are still investigating the incident, and at this time names will not be released. Maidstone and Lloydminster RCMP are asking witnesses who have not yet spoken to police to contact them with more information. Lloydminster RCMP is asking the public's assistance in finding a person responsible for breaking and entering 2 businesses on the 5200 block of 62nd Street. On October 3rd, an intruder entered one of the businesses and stole between $600 to $800 and attempted to enter a second business but was unsuccessful. If you have any information about this or any other crime, please contact Lloydminster RCMP at 306-825-6350 or Crime Stoppers. Athletes from the Lloydminster Figure Skating Club now have a new perspective on how to be creative during their performances. Taking part in the first interpretive clinic held at their club, the skaters had a full day of lessons on and off the ice by a visiting coach from Edmonton. Being theatrical on the ice is one thing Samantha Carbonic loves about figure skating.
How you get to pretty much kind of show all the personalities that you can be, and you just get to have your own character.
And it's through interpretive clinics such as this one where Carbonic can learn new ways to be artistic.
If you're doing a love story, how you get to how you have to express that and interpret how you love them, or if you're doing something happy and fun, you gotta smile and put yourself really out there.
Not only for the skaters, coaches also took to the ice to gain ideas that will help them construct interpretive programs for their students.
It's great for us to know how to structure them well and structure them so that they have a very obvious theme and a theme that the skater themselves understand.
Getting into character and becoming one with the music is a component side of skating, an area Amy Panur says has been overshadowed by the jumps and spins.
When I was younger, I remember skating being about both, but it really became a competition of who could land the most triples, who can do the fastest spins, the most intricate spins, and it was so sad because everyone looked the same.
However, since the judging system switched 6 years ago, balancing the weight between technical and component marks, Panur says the change is better for the skaters.
There are some kids that are just athletes, and there are some kids that are just artists. But to just develop one side of a skater, you're not developing a whole skater. You're not developing a skater to be 100% of what they could possibly be.
And with the option of competing in a category where judges only critique interpretation, it's an area for the artistic skaters to really shine.
It kind of takes a little bit less pressure on you, so then you don't have to focus on jumps and spins and making sure that you have all the right qualities and stuff. It just kind of lets you express yourself.
We're going to take a short break from news right now. Aaron joins us right now with some sports to talk about the Bobcat game last night, which I went to, and there was a bit of fisticuffs in there, right?
There's a little bit. I wouldn't really call it a fight. There was some roughing in it.
Yeah.
But hey, the big thing was for the Bobcats going in, trying to extend their winning streak to 5. The Bobcats weathered the storm Friday night in a shootout 3-2. Lloyd was trying to contain GP for the second time in as many nights last night and pick up their 5th win in a row in the process. After a scoreless opening frame, things get physical in the second. Ryan Hamburg with the hip check on Jeff Lorenz. But it didn't seem to affect him. Later in the second, on the power play, Lyndon Lewis downloaded Travis Wellman. He can't bury it, neither can Lorenz on the rebound. These two teams don't like each other. Brandon Bannock drills Ethan Whitcop into the boards. It was scoreless through 40 minutes. 7 minutes into the third, the Bobcats open the scoring on the 4-on-3 power play. Grant Baker sets up Josh Atkinson, and he blasts it by Colin as Jackie. Lloyd in front, 1-0. They look to add to it moments later. Lewis picks up the loose puck but can't get it by Jackie, all alone in front. The big hits, though, keep coming in the third. Matt Cumming is stood up by Jordan Wozniak here. Boom! Now 2-0 Cats late in the game. Frustration starts to set in. Mitch Newmeyer fires it on net after being offside. Tanner Erickson takes exception. There's a little roughing in there, Kathy. Battle of the captains goes nowhere. The Cats hold on to blank the Storm 2-0 and didn't allow a single shot in the third.
We wanted to keep things going. I think we played our best period in the third. Not because of goals. When you only allow a team 1 or 0 shots, we've done a lot of good things.
Like, the boys are playing absolutely unreal right now. There's still some work we have to do, but like, everyone's playing great. They're working the systems properly the way they're supposed to do it. And we just got to keep playing as a team.
We're feeling it. Like, everyone's having fun. The team's getting a lot closer, and they're good, exciting games to play in, and we're not letting up that many shots, so it's going good.
The Pontiacs were also in action last night after blanking Drayton Valley 3-0 on Friday. Bonnyville shut out the Thunder for the second consecutive game Saturday, 4-0. Tanner Disick opened and closed the scoring for the Pontiacs. Bonnyville's next action is Tuesday night up in Fort Mac against the Oil Barons. To the northeast, Alberta Junior B Hockey League now. The Lloydminster Bandits picked up their first win of the season last night in Wainwright, doubling up the Bison 6-3. Elsewhere, the defending champion Cold Lake Ice tied the Vermilion Tigers on the road 6-6. And last but not least, the Vegreville Rangers edged the Thorhild Titans 8-3. Thorhild is still in search of their first win. The Lloydminster Universal Heat stayed perfect on the year yesterday, picking up their 4th win of the season, slipping by Camrose 4-2 at home. And the Heat traveled to Sherwood Park this afternoon for a date with the Flyers, but at this time I don't have a final for you. To the Baker Hughes Bobcats, who welcome the Red Deer Optimist Rebels to the Civic Center this afternoon. It's the home side who strikes first. Colton Anderson tickles the twine. 1-0 Bobcats. Now 12 minutes into the first, tied at 1s. The Cats restore their 1-goal lead. Number 23 down the right side, lifts it glove side. Lloyd up 2-1 after 20 minutes. 2-2 in the second. Red Deer takes the lead. Dylan Thudum to Ty Mappin. He undresses the goaltender. It's 3-2 Rebels after 2 periods. Midway through the third, Red Deer in front 4-3, and the orange and black tie it up. Cody Bird slips by the D, finds the back of the net. What an individual effort. It's 4-all. Late in the game, Bobcats on the power play, and they capitalize. It's number 23 again, blowing by everyone, and then roofs the backhand. Lloyd completes the comeback for the win, and that's their first win of the year. 5-4 is the